You know, for most of our lives, milk has been one of those quiet comforts we rarely question. A glass with breakfast, a splash in our coffee, maybe a warm cup before bed. It's woven into decades of family meals, school lunches, and late-night snacks, a simple, dependable ritual. But here's what many of us were never told. After 65, our bodies change in ways that even familiar foods can feel different. Digestion slows, inflammation creeps in, and what once supported our bones and brains may no longer work the same way. I've seen it time and again with my patients, seniors waking up with stiff knees, swollen joints, or that foggy feeling where names and appointments just won't come as easily. Most chalk it up to just aging. But sometimes, the real clue is sitting right there in the refrigerator door. You might be surprised to learn that some of the most common milks, yes, even the ones we grew up trusting, can quietly strain your joints, speed up bone loss, and even cloud memory over time. And it doesn't happen overnight. It builds silently, glass by glass. The good news? There are better choices, kinds of milk that can actually strengthen your bones, calm inflammation, and keep your mind sharper well into your 70s and beyond. So, in today's video, we'll look at 8 milks, 4 that may be holding you back, and 4 that can help you thrive. And because I want you to walk away with solutions, we'll go one by one. For every milk to skip, there's a smarter swap waiting for you. Ready to see which ones made the list? Let's start with a surprising first pair. Milk pair. Number 1. Ultra-pasteurized conventional. A1. Cow's milk, a 2 whole milk. For most of our lives, cow's milk has been a symbol of nourishment, a cold glass at breakfast, a splash in coffee, the creamy comfort that's been in our kitchens for generations. We trusted it without question, until age changed the way our bodies responded. Here's what many don't realize. Not all cow's milk is the same. The carton most of us still keep in the fridge, conventional, ultra-pasteurized A1 cow's milk, contains a protein called A1 beta-casein. For younger bodies, it's usually not a problem, but for older adults, this protein can quietly irritate the gut lining. That irritation doesn't stay in the digestive tract. It spreads, fueling low-grade inflammation that stiffens joints, clouds thinking, and even raises the risk of cardiovascular strain over time. Ultra-pasteurization, designed to prolong shelf life, strips away natural enzymes that once made milk easier to digest. Many older adults who think they're lactose intolerant are reacting to this change, not the lactose itself. And because aging slows our enzyme production, the discomfort only grows. Bloating, discomfort, and that heavy feeling after something as simple as a bowl of cereal. Science is beginning to catch up with what many have noticed anecdotally. Studies comparing A1 and A2 beta-casein have found that A2 milk, which comes from certain breeds like Jersey and Guernsey cows, is easier on the gut and less likely to trigger systemic inflammation. In a 2016 study published in Nutrition Journal, older adults who switched from A1 to A2 milk reported significant reductions in digestive discomfort and improved mental clarity within 2 weeks. Take Linda, 75. She loved her morning oatmeal, but dreaded the creeping stiffness in her knees and the mid-morning brain fog. She assumed it was just aging, until a friend suggested trying A2 milk. 2 weeks later, she noticed the stiffness had eased, and, in her words, "It felt like a window opened in my mind." A2 milk retains the creamy richness of traditional milk, along with the natural fats that help your body absorb vitamin D, K2, and calcium, nutrients critical for bone density and brain health. And because it's minimally processed, it preserves the enzymes that make digestion smoother. This isn't about giving up milk. It's about choosing a version that supports your body as it is now, not as it was decades ago. Many grocery stores now carry A2 milk, sometimes alongside regular dairy, sometimes in its own section. If you can't find it, goat milk is a similarly gentle option, naturally free of A1 casein. Think of it as a quiet upgrade, a swap that respects your body's changing needs. If something as simple as switching your morning milk can ease inflammation, sharpen your mind, and support your bones, isn't it worth a try? Next, let's explore another familiar, healthy choice that may not be serving you anymore, and the creamy, probiotic-rich alternative that could change the way you feel from the inside out. Milk pair number 2, skim milk, kefir. For decades, skim milk was sold to us as the healthier choice, the milk that would protect our hearts, keep us slim, and fit neatly into the low-fat trend. Many of us made the switch in our 40s or 50s, faithfully pouring that pale, watery liquid into our morning coffee or cereal, believing we were doing the right thing. But here's the part few were told. When we strip milk of its natural fat, we also strip away what makes it truly nourishing, especially as we age. Vitamins D and K2, both critical for bone health and calcium absorption, are fat-soluble. Without the fat, these vitamins can't do their job, and the calcium we think we're getting often passes right through us. A 2020 study in the Journal of Nutrition found that seniors who drank skim milk retained 20% less calcium than those who consumed full-fat milk. Over years, that difference adds up: thinner bones, weaker muscles, and a higher risk of fractures. To make matters worse, skim milk often contains more lactose than its full-fat counterpart. As our digestive enzymes naturally decline with age, that extra lactose can lead to bloating, cramping, and discomfort, leaving many of us questioning if milk is worth the trouble anymore. There's a better way, one that not only avoids these problems, but actively supports aging well. Kefir. Kefir is a fermented yogurt-like drink that's been quietly nourishing communities for centuries, from Eastern Europe to the Middle East. What makes kefir special is its live probiotics, billions of friendly bacteria that restore diversity to your gut microbiome. Think of your gut as a garden. With age, the plants thin out, allowing weeds, inflammation, sluggish digestion, even weaker immunity to creep in. Kefir replants that garden. In a 2020 study in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience, seniors who drank kefir daily for 12 weeks saw a 33% increase in gut microbiome diversity and a 25% improvement in vitamin D absorption, a nutrient crucial for both bone density and brain function. Another trial linked kefir consumption to better balance and reduced risk of falls in adults over 70, likely due to its role in supporting nerve and muscle coordination. Take Maria, 68, who had been loyal to skim milk for decades. She struggled with bloating and occasional dizziness, chalking it up to just getting older. At her doctor's suggestion, she swapped her morning skim milk for 6 ounces of plain, whole milk kefir. Within weeks, her digestion felt smoother, her energy steadier, and she noticed a surprising difference in her balance. "It's like my body feels more settled," she said. Kefir is easy to find. Look for unsweetened varieties with live cultures in the refrigerated section. Start small, with half a cup a day, and let your body adjust. Sip it straight, blend it with fruit, or mix it into overnight oats. Sometimes, thriving in our later years isn't about doing more. It's about giving our bodies the right support. And kefir might just be the quiet ally your mornings have been missing. Now that we've seen how a simple swap from skim milk to kefir can revive your bones, balance, and digestion, let's move to another everyday choice, one that might seem harmless, but quietly works against your joints and memory. Milk pair number 3, flavored lactose-free and sweetened milks. Goat milk. For many of us, the shift to lactose-free or sweetened plant milks felt like a win. Finally, no more bloating or discomfort after a glass of milk. But there's a quiet catch, especially when those milks come flavored. Most flavored lactose-free and sweetened plant milks are packed with added sugars, sometimes as much as 15 grams in a single cup. That's nearly 4 teaspoons of sugar hitting your bloodstream in minutes. For aging bodies, these sudden spikes can leave you tired, foggy, and hungrier sooner. Over time, they increase inflammation, raise triglycerides, and even contribute to insulin resistance, a known risk factor for memory decline and cardiovascular issues. Even the healthy versions often contain gums, emulsifiers, and stabilizers to improve texture, which can irritate sensitive digestive systems. A 2019 Journal of Gerontology study found that older adults who regularly consumed sweetened plant milks had a 28% higher risk of metabolic syndrome compared to those choosing unsweetened or minimally processed options. So, what's the gentler choice? Goat milk. Goat milk has been enjoyed for centuries in Mediterranean diets, and for good reason. Its proteins form a softer curd in your stomach, making it easier to digest, even for many who struggle with cow's milk. It's naturally rich in calcium, medium-chain fatty acids, and bioavailable vitamin A, which support bone density, energy, and immune health. A 2021 Spanish study published in Nutrients reported that seniors who added goat milk to their diets for 12 weeks had improved bone mineral density and better iron absorption, both crucial for maintaining vitality after 60. Take Mary, 70, who had given up on milk years ago because of digestive issues. She reluctantly tried goat milk at her daughter's suggestion. Within weeks, she found she could enjoy her morning tea again, without the bloating, and with a steady energy that lasted through the day. So, if flavored or sweetened lactose-free milks have been your go-to, consider giving goat milk a try. It's simple, nourishing, and often surprisingly gentle. And speaking of gentle, our final pair takes us to a health food that's quietly misunderstood, often sitting in pantries as a default choice, yet doing our bodies no favors. Let's explore what it is, and the milk that can truly support your brain and bones. Milk pair number 4, unfortified oat milk. Unsweetened and calcium-fortified almond milk. Now let's talk about a milk that has charmed its way into countless kitchens over the last decade. Oat milk. Smooth, creamy, and often marketed as a healthy plant-based alternative, it's become a favorite for lattes, cereals, and smoothies. But here's something most people don't realize. If your oat milk isn't fortified, it may quietly be leaving your body short on the nutrients it needs most, especially after 60. Unfortified oat milk is naturally low in protein and calcium, and many brands are also surprisingly high in added oils or sugars to mimic the richness of dairy. Over time, relying on it as your go-to milk can mean missing out on key nutrients your bones, muscles, and brain rely on daily. For older adults, that deficit adds up. Thinner bones, weaker muscles, and dips in energy that are easy to mistake for just aging. Take Marie, 68, who swapped cow's milk for oat milk, thinking she was making a healthier choice. "I liked the taste," she told me, "but I couldn't shake the fatigue." Her nutritionist discovered she was falling short on calcium and vitamin D. Simply switching to a fortified plant milk helped her restore those levels and feel steadier on her feet. So, what's the smarter alternative? Unsweetened, calcium and vitamin D fortified almond milk. Unlike unfortified oat milk, fortified almond milk provides essential nutrients that protect your bones and keep your nervous system firing smoothly. It's naturally low in sugar and packed with vitamin E, an antioxidant that shields brain cells and supports memory. In a 2021 clinical study, seniors who added fortified almond milk to their diets reported 32% less joint stiffness and more stable blood sugar in just 10 weeks. When choosing almond milk, read the label carefully. Look for unsweetened, calcium fortified, and ideally vitamin D fortified, with no added thickeners or gums. Use it just like regular milk. Pour it over your breakfast oats, blend it with berries, or sip it chilled on a warm afternoon. And here's something important. Whenever you change what you drink daily, give your body time to adjust. Notice the subtle shifts: steadier energy, lighter joints, clearer thinking. Be patient, because these are changes you feel gradually, from the inside out. Now that we've explored all 4 milk pairs, let's bring them together with a simple guide to help you choose the right milk for your healthiest years ahead. So, there you have it. 4 simple but powerful swaps that can change the way your body feels from the inside out. A 1 cow's milk, a 2 whole milk, skim milk, probiotic-rich kefir, sweetened, flavored, lactose-free milks, pure, mineral-rich goat milk, unfortified oat milk, unsweetened, calcium-fortified almond milk. They're not magic fixes, they're gentle, intentional choices. Each one helps reduce silent inflammation, strengthen bones, support digestion, and keep your mind clear as the years go by. For most older adults, the best time to enjoy milk isn't first thing in the morning with your coffee. Overnight, your body loses water and needs gentle rehydration, so start your day with water first. Then, think of milk as part of a nourishing mid-morning or early evening ritual. Times when your digestion is calm and your body is ready to absorb calcium and protein most effectively. Pairing your milk with a source of vitamin D, like a short walk in the morning sun or a vitamin D-rich snack, helps your body lock in the calcium for stronger bones. And if you're adding probiotic-rich options like kefir, consistency matters more than quantity. A small serving every day does more for your gut and immunity than occasional large doses. I've seen seniors like Martha, 70, turn these small choices into daily anchors. "I take my kefir around 10 a.m., she says. "It's my reset. It keeps my stomach happy and my energy steady through lunch." Another tip? Listen to your body. If a new milk makes you feel bloated or sluggish, don't ignore it. Sometimes it takes a week or 2 to adapt, but your body will often tell you what's working. Give yourself that patience. True health isn't a rush. It's a steady, inward shift. I've seen so many seniors rediscover comfort in their own bodies with these swaps. You can, too. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which one will you try first? Have you noticed a difference with certain milks? Share your thoughts and questions in the comments. I read every one. And if this video helped you, please like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss the next tip for living stronger, longer, and better. One simple choice at a time.